Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, Joy to the World. I am Melissa Joy, and I'm going to give you a little chit chat about what I saw in the sunrise this morning. It was an abbreviated sunrise because rain clouds came in. I'm telling you, it was about on time. Friends, we have not had rain here, and it has been blazing for about 2.5 months. We did have those gully washers for days where it was flooding everything away back in June, and it's been pretty much dry since then. It's almost as if when the rain hits the ground, it's already lapping it up with the blazing heat we've had. Heat factor has been 106, 107, 108 for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. But I was so thankful to see it, and an amazing rainbow came through. I am a tetrachromat, meaning 4 rods in the eye. So instead of seeing about 1 million colors, I see about 100 million colors. And what I love about that is, although they say it's genetically rare, it can be taught. And I've been able to show people before. Hopefully this wind is not getting you guys. If you wonder why I'm way off here on the sideline, I'm trying to block it. I'll be able to order those microphones soon enough. So anyways, let's get into this. There were some interesting shapes. I'll just go over that first of what I saw in the sunrise. There was a pyramid. So some of you may be given into getting you a crystal that is cut in the shape of a pyramid. That's really going to help facilitate some authority and power during these next months of transition. This Aries North Node is coming in to bring you back into your true self, but there are many energies competing and fighting over your loyalty, your servitude, your obligation, trying to get you back into the old era that we just left. Okay? Think of what the last 3 years has felt like. Continuing that is what we're talking about. We don't want to continue that, do we? We want to be liberated from that and get into this new flow where in the tarot deck, cups has now become the coins. Because Big Daddy Saturn is being phased out, my friend, because that is the planet of karma. We don't have to live from karma anymore, beginnings and endings, good or bad. Because it's just like the merry-go-round. You want to stay on the playground forever and little kids la la land? That's not the land we want to be in. We want to have the heart of a child, but the power and authority of an adult. Because that means no longer did we fall and bump our head and come in with people who were still learning and growing and developing themselves, right? Raising us and telling us what our cries mean, when our bedtime should be, you know, what our family station and place and position is all about, and everybody else's words coming all around us and conditioning us. Who is it? If you're as ancient as me, you might remember those. Was it Christy Brinkley who did that shampoo commercial? I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. We're going to wash those conditions right out of our hair. Every last little strand. Let this wind, this fresh fire of the sun move right through us. Give it permission and power for nature to come in contact with you, because nature is pure and divine. It will never take advantage. It always offers the advantage. Okay, so that's the thing about the triangle. Then Neptune's staff came in and it was laying down, and I'm like, you buzzard, get on out of here. I'm dissolving you. Okay. And you want to know why? Do you know what that planet is? Do you know what Pisces has dealt with? Especially those with the Pisces moon. Bless you, precious soul. Okay. It's the master of puppets that keeps pulling your strings. What? To entertain itself, to entertain the world around you. But you know, it's like that song, Circus Life, always another show, wheels go round and round on my mind. Maybe those are the words. But the point is it's like it just keeps going. And you become the entertainer, and not saying it about business. We're talking about in your personal life, having this thing that you do what you don't want to do, and you don't do what you do want to do. And it just seems to kind of stay in that whole thing, that ass backwards motion. Hopefully this wind is not getting you guys. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's kind of like Geppetto. Geppetto was lonely and wanted a little boy. So there's little Pinocchio and the strings being pulled along and not having a mind of his own. No, thank you. No, thank you. So with my witness, I destroyed that power of Neptune, because I mean, that's what quantum physics is what you witness is what will become. But also what you witness and you overcome, you use your authority and power on, you can dissolve, my friend. That's part of when they talk about alchemy, it's part of it. And I don't know because I haven't studied it, haven't read it. I don't know anything from outside of this experience right here. But I'm walking in it along with you guys. And any bit of wisdom or nuance that I pick up on, I share with you, because who knows what's going to happen when it comes into your world. It's going to become its own flavor, its own texture, its own recipe of life that you can leave in comments down below to share back with us, what you've picked up about it. But anyways, I destroyed that and took it out, and I'm like, you're not going to rule or reign over us anymore. We're not living in the mirage, the false promises anymore, being lured deeper and deeper into the desert debt, deeper and deeper into the strangulation, into the suffering, into the isolation. There's no worse isolation than being surrounded by people, and people who just love what you bring to the table, but they don't know you. They don't love you. You don't get to be with you. There's that silent, secret longing inside. That's what we're talking about there. So we smacked that down. As y'all saw, grace just flew by. All right. That's the empowerment to enjoy your life here and now. So after we smashed that up, it came out the flying fish. And the flying fish, the one that moves through the air, which is the truth. It's getting into the miracle power, being able to behold it and to see it, touch it, taste it with our experience. No longer just in the mind of these promises that should come and are coming along and that you're waiting on. We're not doing that anymore. No, that's what we are taking charge over here. Okay? And shifting it in the atmosphere and the energy. How and what all this is, I don't know, y'all, but I'm willing to step into it because I didn't come this far to continue in the smackdown. I'm not in the World Wrestling Federation. I am a person who has a life, and we are here to enjoy and experience this life that we have. We already paid before we played. We paid before we got here, okay, friend? That's why we have a body. And that's why we are taking charge of this. So those things don't keep kicking us out of our own energy and getting to come in and play and leave us with consequences. No. Now, it may seem strange what I'm saying here, but listen to your soul and your spirit. Listen to your feelings. Is something stirring up inside? I sure hope so. Okay, so after that came the whale and the belly of the whale. And having to continue to do these deep dives and these deep works. That it's, where do you move forward? Where do you move upward? Where do you move outward? Where's the growth and development? But down. No. That's beautiful at its times. And it's relevant at times. But this is not the time. We have been through that. This is time for the upward and outward expansion to come forward, okay? Not being put to do things against your will and traveling off to fulfill other things, to pay for other people's mistakes, okay? So we push that out and move that onward. Nothing against the whale. I'm talking about the visions of wisdom that they were giving me here, okay? And it was specifically about that. Then, out came the first little threads of magic, the narwhal. And the narwhal is this gorgeous creature, is like in the Icelandic regions, I believe. And its tooth, right, grows out like a unicorn horn, right, but of the sea. And it was pointing forward, moving forward, because the way we move upward and we change levels is to move forward. Because as we're moving forward and we're watching, we have no idea that we're just spiraling up. We're no longer spinning on that karmic wheel, which is why we've been kicking Saturn's ass, getting on out of here, because you are not going to be Jabba Hutting us anymore. Okay, your big, nasty, boogery slug self. No, thank you. And us in chains. No, being kept in dungeons and locked out of life itself and having to live the type of life that you deem worthy of your pleasure. No. We are here in our own personal truth, in our own personal self, to experience the life of our own desires and dreams. Thank you. That's the thing about individuation. That's what joy is. It's your personal preference of what makes you feel loved. From yourself to yourself, from others to you, whatever else it is. You're a creator. We're not stifling that anymore, okay? So Narwhal was moving it forward, because when we get into the center of ourselves, we get in the center. We become the solar system. We're the sun that all those planets start to move around. And it's like, oh, you want to talk about conductive, magnetic, enigmatic, attractive, divine, rhythmic, song, beauty, peace, harmony, all of that, okay? Hopefully these winds aren't eating up on you guys. So anyways, that was a bit of the summary. Then the rains came and they fell. It was beautiful. It was raining while the sun was shining. And it's like, it makes me think of a quote from Steel Magnolias. Laughter through tears is my favorite emotion. And that's what we're in, that transition time. But it wasn't this huge whipping up storm with like this tornadic energy of just, you know, having to go through what Dorothy did to get to the other side. No, we don't have to keep going through life university to learn lessons, to earn blessings. They're not blessings if you earn them, okay? They're proof and evidence that you can try and use through the earth and systems to get people to quit annoying you. Get off of me. Here's my proof. Here's how I've arrived. Here, this and that. Your body is here. That is plenty, my friend. So you can grow and develop through joy and pleasure. That is what we're meant to do. Those are our preferences. It doesn't make you shallow. Beauty does not make you shallow. Beauty is wholeness. Beauty is wholeness. Peace and harmony. Have a child, it's called beauty. It's that perfection. It's all working out. The experience is layering and going in its dynamism. We're not a flat map. We're a globe. We're a sphere. We're getting into this fourth dimension where it's transparent and it's clear. And the fourth dimension is when heaven and earth abide, when they are one right here around you. If that's what everyone's seeking, why should we shun it when we're this close? Why should we be like, oh, well, I don't want to seem like I'm suchy much, or I don't want people thinking, I just have it so easy. Why not? Because you know what? If you may, spit and spark at you, but then there'll be those coming going, how'd you do it? What happened? And you'll be able to share out of your personal experience, not a to-do list or a to-done list. You're just able to share the story and your feelings and the creation power. And as they're hearing it, it's moving through their system, and their system is lighting up with their preferences and how to move forward in it with their own personal innate wisdom. That's the beauty of joy. It is personal. Love is universal. Joy is personal. So then that rainbow came out. Yes. I was halfway home and I don't know how I saw it. Spirit told me to turn around and head back. Said the rains may be stopping so you could record outside. And pardon the wind, y'all. And I was like, okay, I believe you. I trust. And I turned around. I had to whip off the road. I am like, oh, yes. This heat wave stole all the rainbows. Usually July is a month of, 1,000 rainbows. When I lived out here for that handful of years, no, I did not live on the water, but I lived nearby where I could walk to it anytime in between work and refresh my soul. That's how I made it through those handful of years. And July would be rainbow upon rainbow upon rainbow, literally stacking on top of each other and bouncing between the clouds. But we didn't have that this year. That's that old energy, those balls, those planets fighting it out for our loyalty, our servitude, our ignorance. They want to own us. No, thank you. I want to be in my liberation. I'm here to enjoy my life. I'm here to express myself, to have creativity, and to engage with who I am, okay? So, rainbow was huge. It had like 14 colors. Because it went past the basic and it began to extend on all sides. It went as far out into the fuchsia, into the magenta, into the neons, into the iridescence, into the opalescence. It was this fat, just like vibrating thing. And I called in its beauty and power and energy for you guys. I snapped a picture because I pulled off, and hopefully it will communicate a portion, if not all of itself, through that image to you guys. But they were talking about the magic of the rainbow coming back. That's like the beauty of the heart of a child, but the power of an adult. That creatorship, that uprising energy that children have. Like we've been talking about the dorkiness, the quirkiness, the silliness, those type of things. Those were children's adaptations of overcoming domination, overcoming situations that they didn't have complete control over. They were like, I have control of how I feel inside today. And so that's what they do when children are little, like 4 and 5, and they're dancing around, they're doing whatever and feeling whatever. They have no idea how they look. They know how they feel. So how about we welcome back in some of our authenticity, originality, some of our divinity, and start expressing it here, whatever it is. People may look and stare because they're like, what is that? And you know why they're saying, what is that? Because they don't know. They shed theirs so long ago. Because it goes into that next window of time of 7, 8, 9, and 10, where you start dropping those little things off or leaving them at home, or maybe not expressing it quite the same, and just doing it internally or whatever else in order to navigate society. We could say to be accepted or whatever else, but really at the baseline, it's to navigate society and to be able to move about within it. Y'all, I'm really way over here trying to block that wind. I'm not being some strange person. I can actually see a little bit of the screen, even though it's bright out here. But let's get back into that. Let's get into the fullness of our joy, the fullness of that expression, because then those things that tried to bind us, tried to hold on, they dissolve. They can't even hold at that vibrational energy. That's a lot of Sandalphon, okay? Metatron and Sandalphon together are an eternal flame. That's perfection. That's heaven on earth, all right? Complementary qualities. And Metatron, Elijah, operates more in forms, right? And Sandalphon is like in the dissolving, can particleize, okay? They're waves and particles. It can particleize, like to move through walls. And so anywhere that I've been experiencing personal limitations or triggers inside of myself or whatever, I give myself permission to move on through them. Sandalphon through them, right? And to get through to the other side, to reach that part of me that I can be liberated. So I won't be trapped in the limited knowledge or wisdom that I've had by an earthen experience, by time and space, karma, Saturn, boom, okay. So I know this was a lot odd speak or whatever else. Hopefully it's resonating with you guys and stirring something up inside that's giving your soul, your spirit, yourself some dialogue to speak to you with, some English, some words, because those parts of ourselves that really speak with ooh, wow, oh, oh, you know? Think about if you're out running errands by yourself, it's more like, oh, yeah, And that's how you remember your grocery list, right? You don't necessarily start running all the words through your head until those cut on. So anyways, enough with that. Let's get to the one little card for the day. And we're going to break it down here. It says, I will fall and I will get back up again as many times as it takes. Well, that's that bit of the growth and development. But as we mature, do you notice we don't fall as much? When children are learning to walk, when they're beginning to practice it, there's some bit of moving around, some funny gyrations, right? Laugh a little bit, lighten up some. But life isn't as hard as we have been taught. This thing around our mind, this abject ignorance, this darkness, that information was being withheld from us, that we didn't realize our rights and privileges as human beings here on earth, as our authority in and of ourselves, as we're coming into the truth of that. Yeah, but it's really going to look more like ordering something at a restaurant and you tried it and it wasn't your favorite, and you're like, next time we come back, I think I'm going to order that other thing. This wasn't my flavor. It's going to look a bit more like that, not just these hard falls to where you have to come back from it, you know, and you have to muster up courage and these other things. It's just being at ease and grace with yourself about your discovery of your preferences, reigniting your personality, right? And finding the flavor in there. So Confucius says, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall, right? So we're moving past this hard knock life. We're moving past those planets with the rings. We're moving into the truth of who we are. That's why Jupiter has been showing up. Jupiter is almost like a wealth and a storehouse of our part of fortune, of all those pieces of ourselves that we shed for a time such as this. It's been gathering it up benevolently, going, oh, they'll want that back. I know they really didn't mean to let go of that. And gathering up your silliness, your jovialness, your humor, your creativity, your artistry, your lyrics, whatever it is, you know what I mean? And it's in there. Go take a peek. Go take a peek and begin to recall what brings you pleasure, joy, and happiness, and watch how that starts to move you forward. And if from a peripheral view, if I took a camera, a visage of it, a picture of it for you, a video, you would see that you were moving on up. That's why you're not having to eat trash. You know, it's nasty. They have these feeding systems. Some pork farmers do. And it's these kind of like stairwells that they have to go up. And one level there'll be food, the next level there's poop. So the first set of pigs go through eating food, and the next set of pigs get to eat the poop of the pigs that ate the food. It's like that, right? It's that goldfish poop that we've been swimming around in, but we don't have to anymore because we are liberated from that mirage, that illusion. Wondering why the rewards weren't coming? Well, the time is now, my friend. Y'all leave me some emojis down below. Show me how you feel. Tell me how you feel about all this. Let me know what's going on. You could propose some questions down there. Or maybe some thumbs up if some of this resonated with you. So anyways, I'm going to quit holding back and just coming forward with my quiet musings and ponderings that I've had on my own for so long, instead of chewing up all the food and giving it to you when it's nice, pretty, and clean 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, and all the whatever has come through and I can explain everything. How about we go through this together? I'm telling you, you're more dynamic and powerful and here now than you think you are. So let's do it. Let's be bold. Let's be creative. Let's get into this and start with our joy and pleasure. Now, why wait? Why wait, my friend? So anyways, it's been fun chatting with you. I'd love to hear more from you in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed this, click the subscribe and do me a favor, friend, before you go, tap that like button and help this video rise up to the top. All right, we'll talk soon. Bye.